Welcome back to the second annual Monster Oppy Awards. We are live at Frickers in Huber Heights, and we want to thank Jim Manley and his fantastic Frickers staff for all their help in putting tonight's on-site awards show together. It has just been fantastic. Your hospitality, Mr. Manley, and everyone else has been second to none. It is great. And with that, how about we hand out some more hardware?
Let's do it, Jackson, right now. How about the guys from the weight room to the game plans? They're not only coaches, but they are teachers, and all of these nominees are class acts. But here they are, the 2010 Monster Operation Football nominees for Coach of the Year.
The 2010 nominees for the Monster Oppy Coach of the Year are Bill Jewell, Carlisle High School. In just his fourth season as head coach of the Indians, Bill Jewell guided Carlisle to the school's first undefeated season. Additionally, the Red and Gray captured a second straight division title, earning another berth to the Division IV playoffs. Rick Meeks, Springfield Shawnee High School. In his eighth season at the helm of the Braves, Rick Meeks has turned the black and gold into a perennial playoff team. After losing their opening game, the Braves won 9 straight and captured a division title in the Central Buckeye Conference. Shawnee will be making its fourth trip to the playoffs under Coach Meeks. The Braves are the number 1 seed in Division III, Region 12. Ron Neenan, Eaton High School. Ron Neenan guided the Eagles to a perfect 10-0 season and the division title in the Southeastern Buckeye League. In his 23 years as head coach at Eaton, Ron Neenan has 169 victories and 22 winning seasons. The Eagles are making their 7th playoff appearance under Coach Neenan. Rick Robertson, Springfield High School. Rick Robertson has been a head football coach for 22 years. In his 3rd season guiding the Wildcats, Coach Robertson has landed the blue and gold into the postseason for a 2nd straight year. Springfield finished the regular season with an 8-2 record and a GWAC Central Championship. 2010 marks the first time Springfield will host a playoff game. Richard Roll, Lehman Catholic High School. As head coach of the Cavaliers, Richard Roll has guided the blue and gold to 5 straight playoff appearances. Lehman's season-ending win against Fort Laramie earned the Cavaliers a Metro Buckeye Conference championship. In his 5 seasons at Lehman Catholic, Richard Roll currently has 43 victories.
Jerica Irwin, the envelope, please.
All right. The winner is...
The winner for the 2010 Monster Oppy Coach of the Year is Ron Neenan, Eaton High School.
All right, Ron. And he's busy getting his game plan together for the playoffs starting up this weekend. Well, next up we go inside the huddle for that one play call that stood above the rest, or in many cases it was simply the execution of said play. Here are the nominees for the Monster Oppy Award for Play of the Year.
The 2010 nominees for the Monster Oppy Play of the Year are... From Carroll, senior kicker Ryan Adams puts his best foot forward with his 52-yard field goal to give the Patriots a 10-0 lead against Xenia in the season opener. High school kickers usually don't get much loving in the highlights, but you have to love the leg of this Carroll Patriot. From Trotwood, this Let's Get It Started in Here kickoff return by Renan Lorenzo. The senior wide receiver begins the Rams game against Dunbar by scooping the ball off the turf and carrying it 85 yards for the touchdown. Lorenzo's game-opening score helped propel Trotwood to a Week 2 28-21 victory. From Bellbrook, in Week 4, it was Catch Me If You Can for Justin Nevitt. The Golden Eagle senior running back breaks loose for a 66-yard score. It was the second of 5 touchdowns on the night for the Bellbrook captain, who guided his team to a 22-point victory. Courtesy of Springfield, where it was ain't no stopping me now for George Walker, the junior Wildcat runs the Wildcat offense to perfection. The Springfield halfback takes the snap and winds his way through 9 defenders for a 39-yard touchdown. This was the first of 3 scores on the night for George Walker, leading to a 24-point Springfield win. Courtesy of Greenville, this back-at-you punt block by Green Wave senior defensive back Eric Keege. Keege blocks the kick in the end zone, and his teammate Nathan Wampler falls on the ball for a Greenville touchdown. A big play that leads to a big 17-point victory for Greenville.
And the Monster Oppy for Play of the Year goes to, thank you, Jerica. She's wearing out a path to us, Hutch.
Yes, she is.
Hold on a second. I got to open this baby up. And the Play of the Year goes to, how about this, George Walker of Springfield. His 39-yard touchdown run. He had 9 defenders on him, and he zipped through each and every one of them. 39-yard TD for Springfield's George Walker, the Monster Oppy Play of the Year.
And, of course, Jack George Walker and his Springfield Wildcats getting to host their first playoff game ever in Springfield, so we certainly wish them a lot of luck. Of course, there is more to high school football than what happens on the gridiron. Often, sports mirrors life, and it is in that spirit that Channel 2, WDTN, and Operation Football created the Omar Williams Award of Courage.
The Omar Williams Award for Courage is named after the late, great, legendary Channel 2 sports director Omar Williams. Omar spent 45 years behind the sports desk at Channel 2 and was the first host of Operation Football. Omar cared greatly about high school sports and in particular had a great passion for high school football. The Omar Williams Award for Courage is given to a player whose contributions transcend more than just what happens on the field. Last year, Carroll High School senior Jack McGrath was our first honoree of this award. This year, it's Beaver Creek senior Corey Lundy. Hutch Connerman has his story.
Like a wide receiver, zigzagging and cutting his way to the end zone on a Friday night, life too can turn on a dime.
No parent should ever have to get a phone call like that, and what's worst is it's the unknown. You have no idea what you're going to see or have when you get to the hospital. It was very hard. You get there and not knowing what's going on, and the first thing the surgeon says to us is, "This is bad."
After a January car crash put him in a coma for 11 days, having undergone life-saving surgeries and weeks of physical, occupational, and speech therapy, Corey Lundy is back on the football field at Beaver Creek.
Just being here, just being on the team with the kids is a huge inspiration to him, and he does want to play, and as a coach, I'd like him to play, but, that's not possible for him, and but what he does for our team is still something you can point to him and say, hey, look at that guy, look what he's been through, and he's still here, and he's working hard, and sometimes it puts small things in perspective, and that's what he's done for us.
Whatever it takes. It's a great slogan for a football team, but for senior Corey Lundy, whatever it takes is more than a motto. It's his miracle.
It's amazing. I mean, I have nothing to complain about. I'm still here hanging out with my friends, pretty much my brothers. I've been with these guys for years, and it's nice watching them. Hopefully watch them do good this season, which I'm sure they will.
He's been with these guys for 7 or 8 years playing football and had a great year last year, and you hope, it culminates in your senior year, and then to know that you're not going to be able to play, that's kind of disheartening, but at the same point, my wife reminds me constantly that when we saw him laying there in that bed, not knowing what was going to happen when he was in a coma for a couple weeks, how many times we prayed and just said, bring him back to us.
Corey is, again, a real-life example of getting knocked down as far as you can go and coming back up, and it's just a super story.
To hear some of my friends be like, we're doing this for you. Like, we miss you, we need you. It's like, well, just go out and do it for yourself.
There is a part of me that says, man, I wish I could see him just out there and catch one more pass, but it goes back to the old saying, you never know when that last play is going to happen.
I'm a senior, and I can't play football. That was the hardest thing I've dealt with since January 19th. But you know what? So whatever, at least I'm here watching these guys do good and hopefully be a great team.
Regrettably, Corey Lundy won't see any playing time this football season, but isn't he a wonderful sight for all of us? In Beaver Creek, Hutch Connerman, 2 Sports.
One in the end zone.
Hey, really go for it. Hey, come on! 4-4 scout! 4-4 scout!
Well, what do you think? I think Corey Lundy is still a wonderful sight for all of us. Let's give it up for Corey Lundy, our 2010 Omar Williams Award of Courage. And Corey, I know it was hard for you to stand on the sidelines. I know you wanted to be out there with your Beavers. You couldn't do it. But just talk about what it was like watching your guys and wishing that you were out there.
I mean, I wish I was out there, but it was just great being able to watch them at least. I mean, got my friends watching them. I mean, can't complain. Nah, it doesn't matter. I mean, it hurt not playing, but it was great watching all of them succeed and do good.
All right, more with you in a moment. But your coach is here, Scott Clodfelter from the Beaver Creek Beavers. And, Coach, I know it certainly wasn't the season that you wanted this year, but to put it in perspective, you look across and see this guy, and it really does put it in perspective.
Oh, absolutely. Corey's a great kid, and he's an inspiration to all of our teammates and the school in general. He worked hard to get back to where he is now, and we wish we had him on the football field, but that wasn't the case. But when you look at the big picture, like you said, it's just a matter of perspective, and there's so many more things more important than football. And Corey, did a great job teaching us that lesson.
Well, Corey, I know you're a very humble guy, and I know they could have used you out there as wide receiver, but I hope you realize what an inspiration you are to all of us, because you are an example of what it has to be positive and the power of prayer. And I know your family was critical, and your teammates in your whole recovery.
Yeah, that was it's just great knowing all that. I mean, I feel like the luckiest guy in the world. I really do. I mean, have that much love, that much people care about you. It's just a great feeling to know. Just be able to sleep and know that people like you, people care about you. It's great.
And Coach, I know the Beaver Creek community is a tight one. You just rallied around Corey, and I'm sure that aided in his recovery.
Oh, absolutely. He's got all the games and practices, and our kids will look at him as an inspiration, like I mentioned, and I think it helps us all to see his progress week in and week out, and we're happy to have him back and 100% healthy.
All right, and Corey, you have the distinction of being a two-time Oppy Award winner. Last year you won for your play of the year, your run against Carroll. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. That's great play. Well, I never hear the end of that story. I mean, that's great. When I first got to the hospital, I made sure to watch that video because, I didn't really remember it as well, but I watched that video and I was like, that's me. That's what I can do.
And finally, we have some good news because your other passion is baseball, and you are going to get to play for the Beavers this spring.
I am. I'll hopefully play right field. Got a new baseball glove. Just ready to play. Been doing just all-season work and just ready. Can't wait.
All right, one last time. Let's give it up for our 2010 Monster Omar Williams Award for Courage, Corey Lundy and his coach, Scott Clodfelter. We appreciate you joining us. All right, Jack, you have another special honor to announce.
That's right, Hutch. Tonight's show is dedicated to the memory of Derek Brush, corporate brand manager for Monster Energy Drink, Heidelberg Distributing. As a former high school and college football player, Derek recognized the impact of high school football across the Miami Valley. It was Derek's faith and commitment to this show that has allowed Monster Energy Drink to be the title sponsor since its inception of the Monster Oppy Awards last season. Derek Brush was 40 years old.